Good evening, everyone. We'll be starting right away. So, first of all, I welcome you all back to another exciting session of the EduCraft Masterclass. And in today's section, I'll be bringing for you the day two topic, which is the foundation of technical report writing. Once you can get this right, trust me, you can get technical report writing right. So, first of all, we'll be talking about what we'll be covering in this topic. This seems very small, but trust me, small but mighty. First one, we'll be covering the foundation knowledge in report writing. The second one will be covering the structure of a technical report writing or dissertation. And lastly, we just wrap up the day two. So basically, we'll be treating two content, one and two, foundation and structure of technical report writing. So let's get right into it. The foundation of technical report writing. So there are some things you need to know before writing any report. Before writing a report, there are some certain things you need to take in place. Number one, you need to take in place your audience analysis. That one is very, very crucial. Once you can get that one right, because that one will determine how you would go about writing a report. So in technical report writing, there are actually three different kind of audience. Number one, we have the technical audience. Two, we have the non-technical audience. And three, we have the mixed audience. Let me shock you. Once you can know the audience you are writing for, you will then know how to write your report. Very, very simple. If you know you are writing for a technical audience, you know how to write the report. If you know you are writing for a non-technical audience, you also know what to put in place to write the report. Same thing with the mixed audience. For the mixed audience, is basically the combination of the technical and the non-technical audience. Let me just explain them in a bit. Now, for the technical audience, these are people that consist of professionals that have profession in the subject matter of the report. So these are people that have expertise in the subject matter of your report. Let's say as an engineering student, for instance, I'm writing on renewable energy, solar. So my supervisors or those people that are also into electrical engineering, they are people known as the technical audience. They have expertise in that part, solar engineering and all those things. So if I am writing my report, I should know how to write my report tailored to fit them. I cannot just write any kind of report because all those people they expect detailed work, technical analysis, and a breakdown of everything. Do not summarize, do not simplify. Once you simplify, you just kill yourself while writing for a technical audience. For those people, they expect you to give them your best, give them something professional. If you're not doing that, then I don't think you're going to get the full mark. Now we'll move on to the second one, which is the non-technical audience. For this group of people, these are those that don't actually have expertise in the subject matter of your report. They might not even know anything regarding it, nor what to do about it. Example include investors, shareholders, business owner, those people they are not concerned about report writing. Let's say as an electrical engineering student now, and I'm writing a report for let's say an entrepreneur who does accounting for instance. So the person does not know anything about electrical engineering, don't even want to know or don't even care to know. So when I'm writing this kind of report proposing something for him, I have to break it down in the simplest possible form. You don't use technical terms, you don't even ensure you oversimplify. For the first one, do not simplify because those people expect the best from you. And for the second one, ensure you oversimplify because those people don't even care about what you are writing. They just care about what you have to offer and how much does it take to continue with the project. Now for the third one, mixed audience. Personally, I hate writing for this kind of people because you don't necessarily know what they want. Like it's a combination of the technical audience and the non-technical audience mixed together. So you can try to make it more detailed, but if you make it too detailed, the non-technical audience will get lost. So how would you go about writing this kind of report? It's very, very simple. So you would include technicalities that can be read by the technical people, and then after that you are going to break it down, simplify it to the simplest form. So let's say for solar engineering or for solar, I want to explain what is solar, for instance. I'll be like, this is a renewable energy that focus on delivering sustainable energy to everyone, all at available cost, so something like that. For me to explain that, I have to break it down for the technical people, which is I have to give them the makeup of solar energy, which in terms of solar energy now is what semiconductors. So I have to explain semiconductors for them, give them the type of semiconductors, the one used, which is your silicon semiconductors. And for the non-technical people, I will not just stop there because they don't care about they don't care about semiconductors nor silicon, all those things. They just want what do you have to offer and things like that. So I'm going to break it down. After doing that, I'm going to break it down. How does it apply to the solar engineering and how does it help empowering your house? It's very, very simple. Let me come again. For the mixed audience, all you have to do is to do what? The first thing, you write, include technical terms for what the technical audience, and then you break down those terms for the non-technical people. So this way, you are satisfying both the technical audience and the non-technical audience. I hope we are getting this right. And one more thing, if you can hear me, just show by a raise of hand. Let me know if you are following. Okay, so we move on to. I'm coming. Let me unmute the mic so you guys can speak when you want to. Now we move on to the second thing you need to know. Remember, this section is talking about the foundation of what report writing. The first one we talked about audience analysis, which is very, very important. That's the first one. As someone who does this as a business, when I get any project work, the first thing I'm going to check in that work, which level of audience am I dealing with? If the project work is for school, then I know I'm dealing with professors, like people that are very, very smart, and I have to be technical in writing that report to ensure I deliver professional reports for my client. But if the audience are not that technical, I'll just try and break it down and also do it the not technical way. For the second one, we'll be looking into the purpose of a technical report. This cannot be overemphasized. Once you know the purpose of something, you know what to do to get it done. It's just like a dream, for instance. Let's say as a student, you have a dream of becoming what? A multi-billionaire, for instance. And you know your purpose, you know what you stand for. Once you understand your purpose, you know what to drive to your goal. That's it's basically just life. Literally everything cycle around life. Even down to report writing, it's cycle around life. Once you can understand the purpose of any report writing, you know how to make it and go about making it. Now there are three main purposes of all report writing. No matter how big it is, there are three main purposes. Number one, it is meant to convince. So sometimes your report is meant to persuade people to do something. So let's say I'm writing a report now for a politician. That report will be meant to persuade him to want to do something because politicians are very tricky people and you cannot just write something and you don't expect to convince him on why you should be his person. I don't know if you are getting me. Your report can either be made to convince or encourage. Encourage in the sense that you are trying to make them take action. This one you have to be motivative, you have to apply some psychology to make them take action. Or your report can be what? Informative, to inform others. And this third part is what we are doing in schools. So for schools, our report basically lies in the third part to inform them, just to make your research, to inform them and all that. You don't necessarily need to do it to encourage or to convince. Those two are basically or are strictly for business purpose. Then for the third one is for school and all that. A good report must serve one of the following. It can either convince, encourage, or inform. Now we'll move on to the next one, which is what is technical report? Now, technical report is a structured way of presenting analysis, result, recommendation in a clear, logical format. If you observe, I capitalize the clear, logical format because It's not just about presenting your work. I don't care about your presenting. I care about understanding. I watch out for myself. Come on, as your audience, for instance, I care about understanding what you are doing, not even what you are doing. So ensure your report is clear and placed in a logical format. It's not just storytelling. You don't need to tell any story, but you are writing it with a mission, which is what it must be clear and it must be placed in a logical format. And that's basically the definition of technical report writing. So move on to the key consideration before you begin. Before you undergo any project, even if you are doing it for someone or your final project, you ask yourself three main questions. This one we are revolving around theory today, theory. But well, let's just go on. We ask yourself three main questions. Number one, what is the purpose of this report? Like I said before, understand the purpose of the report. Number two, what are the audience and how technical are they? Because once you know that, you know how to write a report. And number three, how much detail does it need to write a report? So number two would help you serve solution to number three. Once you can get the second step right, then you will know how much detail is needed in your report. So that being said, I have a photo here, and there's a quote on that. It states that people work best or better when they know the goal and when they know what the goal is and why. So I repeat, people work best when they know what the goal is and why. Basically, once you understand this goal, you know what it is and you know why you are doing it, then you are going to work best in report writing. Trust me, you don't need to even become a professional. As far as you just follow the principle, you're going to get it done. Like, you're going to take pride in your work. Trust me. Now we move on to the spectrum of technical report writing. I sent this in a group chat around 6 o'clock or so. I used to explain a question being asked by a student. So this is basically the various sections involved in technical report writing. Like I said in my voice note before, technical writing or technical report writing is basically the umbrella of every one of them: final year project, IT report, patent, script, letter, memo, and so on. So technical report writing is the umbrella or the father of every one of them, and it has subsection. Just like father have children and grandchildren, technical report writing have subsections. So it has for educational purpose, for technical writers, for engineers, attorneys, for day-to-day life, and so on. In this class, we'll be covering these two: educational purpose and day-to-day life, which is we'll be showing you how to write a thesis, dissertation, a paper, write a final project, and IT report. We'll also show you how to write memos, letter, informal letters, essays, and other. That's we're covering these two. For the other one, maybe we would consider covering it in an update class next year or so. Now move on to step two, or sorry, section two, and this talk about the section of technical report writing. I am excited to bring this to you because now we are actually getting into the day proper. There are three main structure of a report. Like I said before yesterday, there are three main structure of a report. Ensure you take notes, or I can just send you the video later so you can watch it. Number one, the preliminary page. Number two, the main page. Number three, the supplementary page. So all report, not even a good report now, all report must consist of these three pages. No matter how small it is, it must have these three pages. I once submitted, when I was at theory level, I once submitted a report. It does not have supplementary page and it does not have all the detail in the preliminary page. The lecturer was like, she cannot take this because this is not professional enough. Why is my report not having this? Why is it not having this? Why is it not having this? So I've come to understand that all reports must have the preliminary page, the main page, and supplementary page. Now we move on to the preliminary page, which is the first one. Now basically this is very simple. It's just the introduction part of your report, and it includes the following. There are about 19 of them. Number one, we have the cover page. Two, title page, declaration, certification, dedication, acknowledgement, abstract, TOC, list of table, list of figures, and so on. So there are some things you need to know here. Not all of them is necessary in a report. Most part of it is optional. And the part where you have asterisk, If you observe in section 3, there's an asterisk there, 5 asterisk, 11, 12, 19, 18 and 19. The part where you have asterisk, those are optional pages. You don't necessarily need to write it. But the part where you don't have asterisk, it is a must. You must put it, because those things make up your report and make it professional. And one more thing I need to know, I need to amplify again, is that each page must begin in a separate page. Each one of them must begin in a separate page. Most times I review most students' reports in my school, and I just see how jump out it is. They'll put declaration, certification, acknowledgement, they'll put them in one page. That is not so. You should never do that. Each page must begin in a separate page. Each one of them must begin in a separate page. Now, covering them one after the other, we'll go into the cover page. In your left hand side, you see an example of a cover page. The cover page is basically to identify your work, identify and protect your work. It works in everything. It works for educational purpose. If you are writing a book on something, a book have its cover page. For instance, let's say atomic habit, for instance, the cover page, which is the front page, now that's the cover page for atomic habit. Another book again, finding your purpose, it also has its cover page. For technical books, the cover page must satisfy 14, sorry, that's 5 now, which is the project report title, the report title, and number 2, the student name, obviously the student name. The third one is university logo. I see most students, they are writing a cover page, they don't add the logo. Like, that is very bad, because number 1, this is to protect your work, and the first thing to protect your work, the first thing to identify who you are, is where you come from, and where you come from is the institution you are in. That can be done or signified through the word university logo. So date of submission, and one last thing, it does not have page number. It must not and will not have page number. So let me come again. The project title, student name, university logo, date of submission, and no page number, just like you see in your left hand side. Now we'll move on to the title page. The title page and the cover page, they are not the same thing. The cover page identifies your work. The title page basically does the same thing but with more information. Cover page helps to identify with less information, so it will not overcrowd your audience reading it. While the title page helps it contain everything in the cover page with extra information. So if you observe, it contains the report title, student name, and all that, but there are some additional information it also has. Number 1, the student name and matric number. In the first one, there was no math number yet, but the second one, you can see a math number there. So B also, it contains, okay, your math number. Then C, introduction of by. Let me read this: a technical report writing, or let's say serious industrial training by Amadi Print, with my math number there. For the previous one, there is no introduction of by, but for title page, you must add by to it, and no institution logo. Most people mix this up. They don't even know the difference between title page or cover page. All report must have 2 of them. As you can see here, both of them, they are necessary for all reports. You must have a cover page and a title page. Do not miss any one of them. Now we move on to declaration or disclaimer. So basically, this is a signed declaration of your work. It is signed by both you and your HOD in terms of education. It is helped to make your work standard and declare that yes, you are the rightful owner of this work. You can see example here. I hereby declare that the technical report was written by me and the record of my industrial training. It has not been presented before in any place or awarded, and so on. Then I wrote my name there, Amadi Print. I would sign at the top. The above statement is confirmed by my COS coordinator. He would also sign and write the date. That's all for the declaration. Now we move on to certification. So basically, this is a page that shows that your work is being certified by other faculty members. It's just for other faculty members to certify your work, and it's very important. This page is very important. You have to write it too. Move on to dedication. Dedication is basically you committing your project to other people. As the name suggests, dedication, you are dedicating it to something or someone. Let's say your family members, your friends, your classmates, your lecturers, your God for yes. So you are dedicating it to something. There's something I need to highlight here. As you can see at the top, you have asterisk there. It means what? This page is optional. You can choose to write it or not write it. You can choose to reference someone or not. You can choose to dedicate it to your family member or not. You can choose to write or not. It does not matter. That one is up to you. Now we move on to acknowledgement. This part is quite funny because I shared this so many times in school. So acknowledgement is basically you referring to where you took your resources from. Because if you don't refer to them, that's called plagiarism. You are plagiarizing them, their work. So you have to refer to where you took um, your your report from, your research from. And note, if you must acknowledge, you must do it well. I found it hard understanding this statement. If you must acknowledge, you must do it well. Before I'll just write something, and for instance, I'll be like, um, this report was taken from so and so place. I would not write the full name. If you must acknowledge someone, you must ensure to state their full name. Do not abbreviate. That's called doing it well. Do not abbreviate. You need their full name. That's showing you respect them and you understand who they are. So I have two things right in front of you. Acknowledgement of the first one and acknowledgement of the second one. So the left hand side is considered the wrong acknowledgement, by the right hand side the right one. I would love to gamify this particular part, and I'll just give two people trial to the first two people to type in why the left hand side is considered wrong. I would award them a sum of 1 5. So your time start now. Just observe and type in 5 reasons why the is it 5? Let's just say 4. 4 reasons why the left hand side is considered wrong and the right hand side is right. I'll be giving you time to do that. Just the first two people would get the 1 5. But of course, if none of you answer it, I'll put your money in my pocket. Just take your time, analyze this, and tell me what's the difference between the two of them. Remember, I said if you must acknowledge, you must do it right. So putting that in mind, substitution to the two of them. I can see some people are already typing. Remember, I just need 5 reasons. Sorry, 4 reasons. Once you can get me 4 reasons, you can go on with the 1 5. I just need first two people to do that. So I'll be waiting a bit, and if there's no one, I'll just kick off. This guy said God will come first before HOD. It depends. Like if you're actually writing acknowledgement, you can choose to put God first, or you can choose to put HOD first. For instance, if have you ever listened to a documentary, someone is acknowledging his wife, and you'll be like, lastly, I appreciate my beloved wife, or you'll be like first and foremost, I want to appreciate my beloved wife. So you can choose to bring God first or bring him last. Either ways, it depends on how you put it. So this person said the left contain short name and the right contain full name. Okay, the name that's not specific enough. I like this second one. I believe one person just got one right. You still have 3 more to go. So just keep them coming. Okay, some people are sending their own on the WhatsApp group chat. I'm coming. Let me try and check. Let me check that right now. But I'll so much love you guys to send it in the Google Meet. It will help me organize things well. Okay, someone is almost there in the WhatsApp group chat. She have gotten three so far. Just one more and she go with the one five. Okay, I believe someone just got the one five. The person just got the one five. It means we just have one spot left. Okay, Agnes is almost there. Just one more and we are good to go. One more, we are good to go. I believe I'll be moving on now. I just found one person. I'm moving on now to the next section. Okay, Agnes, you can give it a try. You just have theory, is many one. And Peace Yusuf, okay, you have gotten theory right. Is many one also. So now it's between Peace and Agnes. Who would be the lucky winner? So to not waste our time, I believe I'll continue. I'll continue and have solution to it right away. The next page will be the solution to it. So I give you one last time to complete your work. Peace or Agnes. I'm giving you one last time to complete your work. Okay. Okay, since there's no one, I'll just give the prize to Agnes. It means our winner for today is Stephanie and Agnes. I'll be doing one more bonus and then we'll finish the two. Now, solution to this. Number one, if you observe for the first one, the name is not complete. Remember, I said if you must acknowledge, you must do it well. This one have Prof. Ab- Abayomi, yes. Why they don't have Prof. Abayomi Jedede or yeah, Jegede, something like that. So this one is half, while the other one is full. If you must acknowledge the one, you must do it well. Why this one? There's something here. I also extend my aspect of appreciation to the head of the department, Mrs. T.O. This first of all, this have two things wrong with it. You said Mrs. T.O. You did not even complete the name. And second, you are appreciating her for what? Like you extend what appreciation to her, but why? There was no reason here. So this is actually bad. You don't acknowledge someone without a reason backing it up. You must show acknowledgement with proof. Now the third one here is my appreciation goes to all lecturers and administration staff in Department of Computer Science. So this one is same thing too. You are appreciating them for what? I don't care about appreciation, but why are you doing it? There is no reason backing it one. That's why it's wrong. Why this one is said to my friends and classmates, the same thing. You are not putting a reason. So if you must acknowledge, you must do it well. If you must make any acknowledgement, you must do it well. Ensure you don't abbreviate. Put the full reason and you must do it well. That being said, I'm moving on to the next section, which is abstract. In the whole of this page, preliminary page, my favorite is abstract. I love abstract a lot because It just follow its specific guideline. Like there are things you need to do to write abstract. Abstract basically it consists of the summary of your work, and there are certain things you need to do to write an abstract. There are guidelines you need to follow to write any abstract. Number one, abstract must contain these four things: the why, how, what, and so what. So the why in the sense that the purpose of a report. If I'm writing a report on solar, for instance, I should first of all write why am I writing this report, the purpose of my report. Then you write how, which is the method used in carrying out your report. What are the methods used in carrying out my solar installation? Now the what are the findings or the result of that? What are the results gotten from my solar installation? Obviously, the result, one of them, it generated light for my client and things like that. Then, and so what? Your conclusion, what is your final say? So after generating light, what then do you have to say? I would have to say solar engineering is the future of renewable energy and is going to help people solve a lot of light issues. So just make up things and it must contain these three things: the why, how, what, and so what. Also, we need to note that an abstract must contain 100 to 200 words. You don't just write abstract. You don't want to bore your audience. Make sure it is short, it is brief, and ensure it is a one-page paragraph. No multiple paragraph, just one page. I'll be showing you example of this abstract. If you observe, it have a total word count of 135. And let me break down the why, how, what, and so what. Should I give you that to do? Don't worry, that will take time. Let me just break it down for you. Now, for the why, the first paragraph, basically everything is one paragraph. The first part of it is basically the why of this report. Like, why am I writing this report? This report is for a technical report writing, my COS interior level. So this is why am I writing the COS report. Now, the second one is basically how, my method. What are the methodology involved in writing the COS report? In this case, I'm tailoring it down to solar engineering or solar energy. Now the third paragraph is your what. What are your findings, your key findings, and next and so what? What are the conclusions and recommendation? Also, it should not be too long. It must be from 100 to 300. So you don't just go ahead writing abstract anyhow. There are ways and guidelines you need to follow. And this is what your lecturers pay attention to while checking your report for grade. I'll move on to the next one, which is what should not be in an abstract. Avoid writing the following in an abstract. Number one, extensively referring to other work. Do not refer to other work always. Just focus on your work. Focus on what you are doing. Do not refer to other things always. Even if you took things from other things, do that in the acknowledgement section. Abstract is basically to summarize your work, not someone else's work. So avoid extensively referring to other work. Number two, defining anything. You need to also avoid defining anything. So in writing abstract now, let's say this one, I would not define solar engineering because they just need summary. They don't need detailed overview. They need summary of everything. So you don't need to define anything. And also you need to avoid adding information that is not in a large work. This is very, very important. If my report is a 60-page document and my abstract, what I'm writing in some part of it is not in it, then why should it be in the report? Like there is no need. If you want to write it in your abstract, ensure to include it in the bigger picture in your report. But if not, do not write it. So these are the three things you need to include in your abstract. Sorry, you don't need to include in the abstract. Apologies for that. Now we'll move on to the table of contents. For the TOC, it's basically a way of arranging the headers, sub-headers in a logical way. I'll be giving you structures to do that. There are different templates for TOCs of an AI project. I showed you yesterday, IT report for 10 papers, assignment, and so on. Let me just go on with it. For the first one, you see template for non-chapter based report. So if I'm writing a report and it's non-chapter based, example of this is 10 paper, although it depends on the length of the 10 paper. Other example include assignment, a proposal. So those things they are very very short, and you don't need to separate it into different section. Just make sure it is one stage per one chapter TOC. So this is it. I'll be sending you a PDF for it at the close of the class. But let me check if I can do that now. Can you just give me a minute? Let me do that now so you can follow me. Okay, I just sent it. You can follow up with the PDF. Now, the second one is the template for the for final project or any chapter based report. For any chapter based report, it follows a particular template. Number one, introduction. Two, literature review. Three, materials and method. Four, design implementation analysis. Five, key findings, reference appendix. So this is your template for your TOC. You can check the PDF guide as I just sent to you. All you have to do is to copy and paste it in your report. Just edit and change some things. Okay, one more thing. For each of them, the sub chapters, I'll be explaining it to you in day theory, but explaining to you on how to get it done, how to write it in day theory. So we move on to IT report. IT report, these are those doing CWES, even if it's your 6 month CWES or your 3 month CWES or 100 level CWES for those of you who do 100 level CWES like me. So this is your template for your CWES report. All you have to do is to copy it and then paste it in your report. Like I said, each university have their own template, but if yours do not, this template is widely acceptable. Now we move on to okay. Before we move on, I have a guide for you, and I'll be sending it to you at the end of the training. And this guide is basically report structure, TOC report structure. It contains the TOC content for different things, for chapter based, non-chapter based, final year project, IT report. You also have for okay, business proposal. You also have for different things. I've forgotten them right now, but when you open the PDF, you're going to see them all there. And also move on to the 9 1, which is the list of table, list of figure, list of place, and list of appendix. So this is basically like four in one, but they are all explaining the same thing. So the list of this list basically arrange all the table, figure, plate, appendix used in your report. So it arrange all the table, figures, and plate and appendix used in a report in a logical way. And each of them must begin in a new page. Like I said, all the preliminary page must begin in a new page. There is one more thing I need to show you guys here. You would love this, trust me. So for the figure and plate, they are basically okay. First of all, we need to understand what figure and plate is. They serve as the same thing. They are what images, but you need to understand what is the difference between figure and plate. For figures, these are basically images you got online. So images that are not your own. Let's say you search for images in Google Image or a website and you take that image and put it in a report. So that is known as what a figure. When you are labeling them, you label it as figure one and the title, and also reference these images. So for plate, these are images that are done by yourself. Let's say you did your research, and during the research you snap photos. Those images are regarded as plate, not figures. Do not mistake two of them. So they are regarded as plate, not figures. And you need to have a list of table and a list of plates. But if you did not use any plate in your report, let's say for a seminar report there was no plate used, just go on with the list of table alone and you're done. That being said, we move on to sorry, one more thing. If you can hear me and you're following, just signify by raising up your hand. And if you have any question, also signify by raising up your hand too. Or just speak and I'll give you chance. Now move on to this one, nomenclature. Nomenclature, these are basically the list of symbols used throughout your report. So as a science student, let's say I use some symbols, alpha, gamma, velocity, acceleration, and other things. So I am going to have a nomenclature for them, whereby the beta will stand for what? The beta, and A, gamma, V, velocity, and so on. So in writing this, there are some certain sequence you need to follow. Number one, they need to follow alphabetical order. To ensure the Roman letters comes first, which is beta, alpha, and all those things. No, that's not Roman letter, those are Greek letters. So ensure the Roman letter comes first, and then ensure all the Greek letter or all the Greek symbol comes first. You don't need to bother yourself knowing which one is Roman, which one is Greek. Just take your list of symbols to ChatGPT, which we installed yesterday, and try to differentiate which of them is Roman and which of them is Greek. Then just copy and paste in your report. And that's one way ChatGPT is helping us organize the report. So like I said, it must have the Roman letters, the Greek symbols, and also it must follow capital letters before small letters. Capital letter before small letters. Also, all other original symbols listed, which are the superscript and the subscript, would follow after the small letters. And that's all. You can also write this auxiliary symbol. For instance, overbar, underscore, the dot, and so on. That's all for nomenclature. All these things might seem um, very minute, but all this minute detail is very, very important in your report. Once you combine this minute detail, you're going to make a powerful report. Now we'll move on to, well, even done with the class. I love this. Or maybe I'm just having fun. We'll move on to the conclusion and assessment part of this report. The conclusion part of the report is basically, I have some things to tell you. First of all, you need to know that your report stand before your content does. I repeat again, your presentation stand before your content does. So the way you present yourself, the way you package yourself, like it's just about packaging. That same thing with life. The same thing with life. The same thing with it's just about packaging. Ensure you package yourself. So your packaging speaks before your content do. And also design with intention, not information. I am a very, very big fan of that. I stand with the principle. My passion is my superpower. So I need to design with passion, with intention, rather than information. I don't just, you need to see me sometimes when I'm designing a PowerPoint slide. I sometimes want to cry because it is just so passionate. Like that is just so intentional and passionate, and I love it. When you immerse yourself in your work, you're just going to design with passion, pure passion, and you're going to bring out the best in it. So that being said, tomorrow we'll be going into the art of technical report in day theory. We're going into the art of all technical reports. This is very, very important, which is, okay, sorry, we'll be going into the art of all technical reports, and this will show you how to write each page, how to write exact thing. Let's say, for instance, in your introduction background of study, how to write it, how to get the content, the purpose of study, aims, acknowledgement, how to write everything. It will show you. So assessment part of this report. Basically, in this class, there is no assessments for this class. All you have to do is to revisit the course materials and the course lecture. I'll be editing the course lecture and sending it to you hopefully this night if I don't sleep again. so so this will help you prepare for the theory of the class. And the theory, this is, I love the theory so much. I am in love with the theory. If there's any word of being in love with inanimate things, then I would say I'm in love. I am in love with the theory. The theory is the engine of report writing. In this case, you are going to, once you can get this right, it is finished. Like just forget about it. Just forget. It is finished. Like so far we have done wiring. Let's say in terms of us, we have done the wiring. In day theory, we'll be covering the engine of report writing. We have done wiring of the report writing, we're covering the engine room of report writing. And then we'll be covering the main page. We're going into the main page. This is my guy. I love the main page. It covers introduction chapter, the central chapter, the summary, the conclusion, recommendation. There are some things here. Introduction must have what? Background of study, statement of statement of purpose of the report, then the aims, objectives, significance of study, scope, limitation, definition of terms, organization. So that's just a brief overview of it. In the theory, we're going into it. Now, you also understand how to write specific content in the preliminary page and in the main page. You will understand it. I'll be showing you live demo just as the way I showed you how to install it too. Then we also make the research. I'll be showing you how to make a research. So this is a draft copied from, or this is an Obsidian graph. Obsidian, like I said before, is a note taking app. This is an Obsidian draft. Now, these are the draft of my key findings. Findings one, the source, the topic, the references type. Findings two, the same thing. Finding three, the same thing. Finding four, and so on. Personally, I like taking up to 30 findings because there's no harm in getting more things. The more you get, the more detailed your report is. After getting those findings, I'll be showing you how to gather them and how to make a full report. I'll move on to this one. Oh Jesus, I'm in love, I'm in love. We'll move on to this one. Check for AI detectors. Now this is basically checking your reports for AI detectors. Remember, we are going to be using ChatGPT a bit, and if it runs through AI detectors, they might detect it is AI generated. So I'll be showing you how to use them, how to check a report using AI detectors, and what are the powerful AI detectors out there. I hate number four, originality AI. That AI detector is very, very great. It detects literally anything. So we'll be showing you how to bypass this thing, very simple. And also we'll be showing you how to bypass plagiarism checkers. Plagiarism, in short, is basically using someone else's work. So if I use someone else's work without acknowledging them, that is that is plagiarism, and in the eyes of the law, that's an offense, a criminal offense. So that is plagiarism, using someone else's work without properly referencing them or acknowledging them. We'll be showing you how to bypass plagiarism checkers and how to also use them. So we'll be moving out also in the theory to the supplementary page. The supplementary page basically contain the reference and appendix. It have basically two. It have theory though, but it depends. For thesis or dissertation, it's just reference appendix. While for other books, reference appendix and biographies, something like that. So for the reference, Jesus, Jesus, how can I say this? How can I drop this? For the reference, for the reference, there are certain ways, or there are certain ways you need to take to write any reference. First of all, we need to establish the fact that there are different referencing style out there. You have the Oxford referencing style, the Harvard, the APA, MLA, Chicago, and the other one. So there are ways to actually write it. I'll be showing you how to write them, what each color signifies. This is a color coded reference. I'll be showing you what each color signifies and how to actually write them. Now we move on to appendix, which is also the appendix part of the report. And basically, that's all for this report. So I thank you all for joining me in this class, and trust me, it was really loving having you all here. If you guys have any question, just go on with it. But if you don't, I say goodbye and have a wonderful night. I'll wait on a bit and wait for questions. So I'll be giving you guys 5 minutes for questions, but if you don't, that's totally fine. It means I've done my job well. Or just in case you have any private question, just drop it in the group chat or message me personally, and I'll surely get back to you. If I don't know it, there's no harm in saying I don't know it because I'm also human. I'll just tell you.